how do you spend your morning? I believe that how you start your day matters. In my last video, I talked about the power of consistency in our daily growth. And in this video, I want to share with you some of the key habits I've introduced into my morning that have been so vital in my daily growth. And I hope that along the way, you find some inspiration in your routine as you're trying to craft your ideal morning. If we're just meeting, my name is Chris, and it really is my goal to inspire, encourage, and motivate you in your daily pursuit of personal or spiritual growth. And if you find this kind of content helpful, go ahead and subscribe for more videos like this. My morning routine starts off with my first 15. And this is where I get out of bed. Oh, that's a key distinction. Yeah. I get on up out of bed. I don't just sit there scrolling on my phone through my social feeds or checking my email. No. I put off all that stuff for later. I get up out of bed and I start my morning 15. And now this starts off with a little bit of water because it's good to hydrate first thing in the morning while my coffee is making, and then I drink the coffee. That's right, I gulp it on down because it's delicious and the caffeine is really important. Listen, morning person, not a morning person, coffee helps and I recommend it. Well, how do you like your coffee? Let me know in the comments. And while I'm drinking my coffee, I have a moment of silent contemplation just to think about my life and my day and what I'm hoping to accomplish. And I normally think about two questions. What am I grateful for? And what am I looking forward to today? And these two questions really help start the day and frame the mind in a positive outlook. Whenever I go into the day kind of all, hey, whatever happens, happens, like it's hard for me to maintain the energy and the motivation to do the things that I have to do. But when I mark this day with purpose and I say, I'm excited about today because today matters, today has value, and I remind myself of my why, and I get explicit in how I'm gonna add value today and what I'm looking forward to, oh my goodness, you can go in knowing it's gonna be a great day. And I do write this down in my phone rather than a physical journal. And that's simply because I want to be able to revisit this throughout the day. When I need encouragement, when my mind starts drifting towards negativity, I remind myself what I'm grateful for. When my motivation starts slipping away, I remind myself of what this day is about and what I'm looking forward to today. So this first 15 really sets the tone for my entire day. Before we continue, I want you to know your morning will look different than mine. This is not copy and paste. It turns out there's no such thing as one size fits all. Although I wish there was, it would be a lot easier for all of us. We all have different lives. We all think and function differently. We're all in different seasons. I'm single and I don't have kids. So there's a good chance that what you end up doing in your ideal morning routine is gonna look a lot different than mine. And that's okay. I just want to encourage you, whatever you end up creating for your morning, find something that is sustainable and in which you can be consistent. That's right, I said it, consistent. After my first 15, I dive right into what is, for me, the most important part of my morning routine. And that's my prayer time, my Bible reading time, my journaling time, where I really grow my relationship with the Lord and spend time praying for the people in my life, my family, the students that God's entrusted to me. And this is where I learn spiritual truths and can process life. And this is so important. I normally spend at least 45 minutes to an hour just in this time period, and I don't even like to put a time frame on it because again, it's the most important thing I do, and it's so important that actually next week I'm going to spend the entire video just breaking down my prayer time, breaking down my Bible reading time, and how I approach studying scripture, and explaining how I use my journal. So if you'd like to learn more about that, make sure to tune in next Monday for that breakdown. But for this breakdown, the next thing I do in my morning routine is writing. I like to spend 30 minutes every morning writing, just sitting down and being creative. I'm either writing devotions for WordPress or I'm scripting these YouTube videos. I love to create, and I've experimented off and on with not having writing as a part of my morning routine. And every time I take it out of my morning routine, I feel myself slowly becoming more and more unhealthy. I know that I was made to produce and to create. So it doesn't matter if anyone reads my blogs or watches my videos, I have to produce them because it's healthy for me to give out some of what I'm receiving and putting in. When I'm creating, I feel more like myself. And that makes this an incredibly valuable part of my morning routine. Now let's talk about what I do to grow, to learn, to obtain knowledge and skills. This has changed a lot over the years, but when I started, I determined that I was going to start with 5 pages a day in 2 different books. So I was going to read 5 pages in a leadership book and 5 pages in a spiritual growth book. And when I did that, I found that I'm pretty much reading close to 2 books a month. It would take about 15 minutes or so in each book. And I rarely felt like reading more than that. Here's a little secret. I don't like reading. It's never been something I love to do. And as I've started to read and learn, I developed an appetite for learning itself. Like I want to grow in knowledge. I want to keep learning and making myself better, but I still don't like reading. I actually recently switched to audiobooks, and it wasn't because I wanted to stop reading. It's because when I sat down and I thought about what I had learned over the last couple of months, everything that I was thinking of was from podcasts. And I realized for me, I learn a lot better by listening than I do by simply reading and highlighting. So I listen, sometimes I take notes and I write down so that I can actually learn and absorb the information and apply it to my life, but I switched to audiobooks because I learn better that way. Of course, I don't just limit myself to one venue for learning. I still do read hard copy books sometimes. I still listen to podcasts, and occasionally I even will get courses to go through to help me learn and sharpen my skills. And of course, not all of that is happening in the morning. I don't limit my personal growth to just the morning. Some of it is in the car on the way to work, and then some of it, of course, is in the evening whenever, I have free time. After writing, it's time to exercise. It's good to get outside, and it's so important to move. It actually helps with creativity, and it always gives more energy than it takes. A morning exercise is pretty much a walk outside. It might escalate into a light jog every now and then if I feel like it, but I also combine this with listening to audiobooks. I find that absorbing information is easier when I move. I actually can apply the ideas better, and my mind actually produces more ideas during this time than if I'm just sitting down trying to come up with ideas on my own. Okay, so what if you're not a morning person? You get up, you go, you do it anyway. Growth is not limited to morning. It can happen at any point throughout your day. So find a space in your day where you can implement some of these ideas. And you know what? It doesn't have to be these ideas. Find what's going to help you grow and what's going to help you be a healthier person and commit to it and do it consistently. Routine is key. But I do think there's something special about how you start your day. Even if it's just taking the first 15 to pause, reflect, and set your mind for the day ahead of you. What we do matters. I heard someone say that first we make our habits, and then our habits make us. And that's why it's so important that we are intentional with the morning habits we create. So what are your morning habits? Do you have habits that help you grow? Habits that help you create? Habits that set you up for a successful day? Or do your habits just get you out of bed and on your way to work? I don't know about you. I don't want to just be on my way to work. I want to know that I'm going to have a day that's productive. I'm going to have a day that helps somebody else. I'm going to have a day that I look forward to doing the things that I'm doing. And I know the key to setting myself up to have the day I want to have is consistency in my morning habits. Now, I also want to encourage you to give yourself grace and allow yourself to be flexible. This is going to change over time. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. You're going to make changes over time, and that's good. It means you're growing, and that's the key to all of this. Keep going and keep growing. And every now and then, when your life gets a little out of whack and you find that you've missed a couple of days or even weeks, give yourself grace. Give yourself permission to fail. Don't give up just because you messed up. This past July, I went on vacation and then had a self-quarantine for 2 weeks, and guess what? My morning routine got all out of whack during that time. I was so inconsistent and all over the place with just all the things that I want to do. Guess what I did after? I decided to keep going anyway. I'm not gonna let my past mistakes or failures prevent me from doing what I need to do today. Instead of focusing on the past, I'm gonna look at where I am right now. I'm gonna start from here, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. And I hope you will do the same as you're crafting your morning routine. I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're finding value in these videos. And if you found value in this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments what you're gonna add to your morning routine, or what are you already doing that I didn't talk about that's working for you. Let us all know so we can grow from your experience. And hey, subscribe to this channel for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.